Since we deployed and currently have more than 1,500 operational satellites, our coverage area is rather large. Regions with low to medium densities are ideal for us, whereas regions with high densities are not. We will only be able to service a certain number of consumers in high-density locations. The strategically significant milestone of 69,420 active satellites was just reached. 80% of the 49 new Starlink satellites that SpaceX sent into space were destroyed by a geomagnetic storm on Friday, and as a result, they are either returning to Earth's atmosphere or have already done so. Even though the sun is 93 million miles away, many people on Earth will soon be able to witness a breathtaking nighttime spectacle as a powerful magnetic storm delivers the northern lights to areas that don't often view them. At 500 miles per second, these solar explosions, known as coronal mass ejections or CMEs, are hurtling towards Earth. Although there is no threat to people, the storm may interfere with satellite communications, navigation, and power systems. Imagine a system of more than 4,000 satellites in orbit around the Earth, bringing internet to even the most isolated areas. Now picture what would happen if one of the strongest solar storms in decades collided with this state-of-the-art technology. Greetings to everybody. We're delving deeply in how SpaceX's Starlink, a pioneer in worldwide satellite internet, is fending off a powerful solar storm that is currently buffeting our globe in today's episode. SpaceX's founder, Elon Musk, recently made some unsettling announcements regarding the matter. In one case, Quebec's electricity grid experienced problems due to a geomagnetic storm. That was a big problem, because satellites can have issues during storms like that. People have been complaining about losing their Starlink service, and I've heard that they want to know if this geomagnetic storm is to blame. We would anticipate seeing issues like these. Due to extraordinary geomagnetic pressures, the satellites, which are a component of Musk's grandiose plan to cover the entire planet with high-speed internet, are currently struggling to stay in operation. We'll talk about the implications of this solar storm for individuals like you and me, the dangers it presents, and how it impacts the technologies we use on a daily basis. So keep an eye out and let's discover how resilient contemporary technology is to the harshness of nature. But don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons first. Let's begin this video and welcome to Tesla Stock News. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, has raised awareness of a serious problem impacting the Starlink satellite network, a powerful geomagnetic storm that is placing a great deal of strain on the system. It's critical to first comprehend what Starlink is and its goals in order to appreciate the seriousness of this scenario. Starlink, which SpaceX launched, is not your typical satellite network. In terms of contemporary networking, it is among the most ambitious technological initiatives. The main objective of the project is to provide high-speed internet connection everywhere on Earth, especially in places where it has historically been unstable or non-existent. This includes impenetrable forests, isolated rural locations, and places where installing fiber optic lines would be prohibitively costly or environmentally intrusive. About 60% of all active satellites in orbit are now operated by Starlink. Wide swaths of the world are covered by the internet signals that are sent back to Earth by this enormous network of tiny satellites. By doing this, Starlink is able to provide reliable internet speeds that are comparable to, and occasionally even faster than, those offered by conventional terrestrial networks. Starlink's mission goes beyond simply offering internet connectivity. It's about leveling the playing field in the digital sphere so that individuals in remote areas can access telemedicine treatments, educational materials, and employment possibilities that depend on a dependable internet connection. This might have a big impact on global socioeconomic inequality and help close the digital divide. But there are difficulties in overseeing such a large number of satellites. To provide complete coverage and prevent interference with other satellites, each satellite needs to be carefully positioned and calibrated. The vulnerability of such a network is demonstrated by the recent geomagnetic storm. This natural occurrence, which involves solar energy bursts interacting with Earth's magnetic field, might interfere with satellite operations and possibly result in outages or lower service quality. Notwithstanding these difficulties, the Starlink network's ability to withstand such a powerful storm is evidence of the strong engineering and innovative design SpaceX has made. It draws attention to the delicate balance that must be struck between reducing the risks associated with our planet's changing space weather environment and using cutting-edge technology to enhance human capabilities. How about the sunstorm, then? This solar storm isn't your typical one. This storm is the strongest to hit Earth's atmosphere since October 2003, according to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. Intense solar activity caused the geomagnetic storm, which poses a serious threat to both the technologies in orbit above us and the natural processes of our planet. Elon Musk has issued updates through his X platform amid this cosmic upheaval, stating that these Starlink satellites are presently experiencing harsh conditions. Musk informed the public that the satellites are holding up so far in spite of the solar storm's pressure. This is critical because Starlink is essential to global internet connectivity, particularly in underserved and distant places. These satellites' capacity to withstand such a powerful solar outburst is evidence of how resilient and dependable contemporary space technology is. It's important to think about how these difficulties can affect connected businesses, including Tesla, even though Starlink satellites are still able to endure the severe conditions of the solar storm. Elon Musk is the CEO of both SpaceX and Tesla, and the two companies are connected not only by leadership, but also by technological advancements and a common goal of a high-tech future. This link begs the question: what potential effects might problems at Starlink have on Tesla? Let's say you bought $1,000 worth of Tesla shares. Due to the common leadership and technology, Tesla's stock price may drop if investors become alarmed by news of significant disruptions in SpaceX's operations, such as the current strain on Starlink. For example, your initial $1,000 investment would only be worth $950 if Tesla's stock price fell 5% in response to these SpaceX developments. This situation demonstrates not just how Musk's business endeavors are interconnected, but also how investor confidence in one industry can affect attitudes in neighboring industries. Even if the Starlink network is surviving the current solar storm, there are still some challenges. Degraded service is being experienced by users worldwide, which has an immediate effect on people who depend on dependable internet access for emergency services, employment, and communication. A strong geomagnetic storm, like the one that is currently impacting Starlink, has far-reaching effects that go far beyond minor interruptions in internet access. These storms can cause a wide range of technological disruptions because they entail extremely powerful solar winds and magnetic fields that can severely damage Earth's own magnetic field. Elon and his businesses have a difficult path ahead of them, but it doesn't end there. It's much more fascinating because every day is a new discovery with ups and downs. Elon continues to attract more and more investors to his rabbit hole in this manner. But who else is as optimistic as you? That would be Seeking Alpha, today's sponsor. There is more to SpaceX and Tesla's remarkable rise than merely watching from the sidelines. With the most recent information on Tesla, stock price targets, innovation, and all things Elon Musk, Seeking Alpha is the one-stop shop for Tesla bulls and those with an eye for finding the next big thing in the stock market. Avoid the lamestream media's anti-Tesla clamor. The greatest online news source is Seeking Alpha. Our channel may receive a commission if a customer makes a purchase after clicking on the affiliate links in the description. I appreciate your help. The possible threats to vital infrastructure systems have been highlighted in warnings from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The effect on navigation systems is one of the main issues. In order to pinpoint exact positions, these systems, which include GPS technologies used in both private and commercial transportation, heavily rely on satellite signals. These signals may be interfered with by a geomagnetic storm, resulting in timing and navigational mistakes. From minor annoyances during private travel to major problems during emergency and commercial transit, such faults could have dire repercussions. If you need anything else, please let me know.